Okay, ladies, gentlemen, boys, girls, and fishing accomplices, good morning and welcome back to Fishin. So we are back at it again. This time we are in Montauk, my hometown, and it is my birthday today, so October 26th. We're gonna try and make it happen. The weather is trying to throw up as much adversity as possible with this choppy north wind, but as you know, that's not going to necessarily stop me. Yesterday it stopped me from fishing here, but it's not supposed to get worse than this, and honestly it's supposed to be better than this, but we'll see if that actually happens because Montauk tends to have its own rules. But either way, we're going to try and make it happen. There's plenty of structure. The water clarity is phenomenal. It's just, can we anchor and hold some spots without, you know, it being too treacherous? I'm not going to be fishing deep today. I don't see myself going any deeper than like maybe 25 feet, 30 at the absolute max if I decide to check it out. But if it's like this, then that's not going to happen. So I'm hoping I can even fish anything anchor locked with this wind tide situation. But so that's what I got planned for today, and you know how it goes. It's time to get some fishing accomplished. Absolutely no shortage of adversity today between the weather, various other factors, but when it comes down to it, we're on the water right now. A little nasty, but I feel like we can make this work, so let's try and make it work. Certainly a target species, which is good. Let's throw our gloves on so we don't wreck our hands today. Crazy the variety of colors of these fish. Like, these look so much different than the ones we were getting in the ocean. Okay, this is a new spot. I gave that spot at least 15 minutes, and I told myself today I would give spots more time, but that spot was really not producing anything the like of which I want to stay for. I did get a few, I think, off camera that might have been like 12 or 13, but most of them were under 10 inches. And it was a very small piece of structure, relatively isolated. This one is much larger. This one, you know, assuming I get fish, which I can't see why I wouldn't, I'm going to give this one a bit more time because this could draw from fish from quite a bit of space. As you can see, we're already getting bits, so it's a good sign. And that's at least better than what I've been getting. It's much better. Much better. That might be even a big keeper. Close. Not quite, but that is a great way to start. Up the weight a little bit. This is at least, I want to say 3/4 ounce. That size. He was just on there. That's a good one. He was just in his mouth. That's a keeper. Yeah. That's more like it. Let's just lift her up. Not going to be terribly picky today after how things went on the south side, but we will measure this fish, make no mistake. Just don't flop over and I'm cool. You know, just don't like keeping them when they're right on the line. I mean, that one might even be a little bit under. I'm surprised. That fish. But it didn't take long to get them, so. Okay. Basically like a right on the line 16er, so we threw them back. But it didn't take long to get them, so I'm hoping maybe there's a few more of that size down there. Well, that size, but bigger. Let's right back down. Thinking about leaving the spot. Yeah, that's 100% a keeper. Jeez. That's a nice fish. We're gonna net that one. Oh my God, look at that female. Woo. Yeah. Yo. Whew. Guess we were holding out for that one. That was sick. Happy birthday to me, baby. Take some fish home. It's a good place to start. It's gonna measure. If it's over 20, I'm gonna throw it back. Yeah, it's big. It's not huge. 19. I'm okay with that. We'll keep you. Quick lead. Alright, definitely not a bad fish. Easy 5-pounder, I guess. That's female. It's about as big as I'm going to keep them. 20 is the cutoff, I'd say. Either near keeper. All right, like I said, very quick bleed. This is a known area for seals, so I'm not leaving that fish in the water any longer than it has to be. 5 minutes where I'm very closely watching it, and now it's back, so back in the bag. Let's throw some more crap down. Just cut up a whole bunch. I'm gonna throw some holes down there too now that I think some larger fish have moved in. Snap me. Better than what we've been getting. Try one more piece. If we get another fish like that, we'll stay a little longer, but if not, we'll make an adjustment. Try one whole crab, then we'll do underwater, then we'll move. Let's do underwater and we'll make a move. All right, underwater, second round. New spot. Not terribly far from the last one, but far enough that I'm not just going for the same fish. And it's a very big piece of structure, so could be a lot of fish we can draw from. Let's see what we can find. Come on. That's not bad. It appears as though the wind is letting up at least a little bit, which is reassuring because it was getting very sketchy out there. We tried to duck a little bit into a cove. It's a very minor one, but it's definitely calmer over here. But again, I think the wind is finally just starting to let up. So new spot, looks good. It's shallow, 13 feet, but a lot of that's just how much we're raised off the bottom. If it's too shallow, we don't get much action, we'll move out a little deeper. Fish. Get out of there. Get up. Get up. Get up. Have to wait for him. at least 16 and a half, so we'll take him. He's not like on the kind of on the line like that one earlier. I'm not gonna be super picky. Right? Let's see if we can actually get this fish on the stringer. Alright. Quick bleed, right back down. Alright, we had to wait for that fish for a little bit. We're not very deep, like 13 to 15 feet depending on where we are in the structure. A lot of small taps, but eventually that fish did jump on, so let's see if we can put something together. Made a bit of a move. Just wasn't feeling that last spot. We did get a keeper, but after that it wasn't really much going on. It's very shallow, and again, I have nothing against shallow water fishing for Todd, but things cool off a little quicker out here, and I think that the ideal zone is like sub 20 to maybe even a little above 20. Still some good fish in the shallows, make no mistake, but I think like we're starting to move to that next phase of inshore Todd fishing. We want to find more quality. Lots of little taps, nothing taking it. Ooh, man, that was a single grab. That's a good one. Oh, that's definitely good. Golden male. Come on. Yeah. All that gold. About 17. That's just right. We're fishing for fun now. That's our kept limit, so at this point we're just fishing for fun, and I'm not going to go crazy because I do have to drive back out west today, but I've got a few more crabs I'd like to get through and see if we can put together like something really big, which generally those fish I wouldn't want to keep anyways. Alright, before we get too much into it, let's not get ahead of ourselves. Got to do our seltzer review. It's our birthday. It's my birthday, so let's treat ourselves. Not even a seltzer, but a light soda back on the slice. A nice slice of refreshment, I'm sure. I gotta say, I like this better than the orange. It's much less fake tasting. It's only 35 calories, only 4 grams of sugar, so it's not like crazy soda. It tastes exactly like what it's supposed to taste like, but it doesn't have that like really fake, heavy, artificial sweetness. So yeah, I'm gonna give the slice, you know, I'm doing okay right now. Feeling good. Let's give it an 8.7. And we got our limit, so we got nothing to complain about. Let's just go through a few more crabs and see if we can catch something really big, or maybe get lucky and find some sea bass or something else. All right, new spot. I don't have a ton of time left, so I'm probably going a little faster than I should be. New spot, just bouncing around. Trying to hit stuff that isn't so obvious. Have noticed a few fish pots, which I'm trying to avoid, so there's some areas that look good, but I'm giving them pretty wide berth to stay away from those pots. Whether or not, you know, there's a lot of fish here, but, you know, a lot of people do fish this area. So I'd like to get spots that are a little more challenging to find, or a little more off the beaten path. You might notice I keep putting my gloves on and off. I take them off so I can, you know, use my phone to look at the navionics to be very targeted in where we're anchoring. I leave them on to not get my hands all screwed up from these fish. So I'm going to try with one. You know, this is my fishing hand. This is my fish handling hand. See how that goes. That's a better one. Like a keeper, small keeper, very big short. I'm going to call that one like a small keeper. If he's not a keeper, he's very close. Drop a crab down there with the underwater, see what happens. Spot's a bit more lively, it's just not much quality. Okay, another new spot. Again, generally wouldn't move this fast, but I'm not trying to stay here all day, so divide. Figure we just hit up as many different areas as possible. If we get into some good ones, we'll stay. Even good shorts, but a lot of these spots I've hit lately have just been a lot of really small fish with maybe like one or two half decent ones mixed in, if that. Better start. Yeah. Keeper adjacent fish. Maybe not keeper, but close to keeper. 15-incher probably. up with it. Oh, what do we got here? What's this? Come on. Come on, come on, come on, come on. I know this won't work, but... Just had a small blitz of something move up right in front of us. I don't know if they were like albies or bonito, but they were probably like mackerel, if I had to guess. I have seen them around here this time of year, but I'm just gonna keep this handy. Not really looking to target them unless they do exactly that and just break out right in front of me. Okay, this will probably be the deepest spot we're trying today. It's about 35 feet. Got a few chunky looking boulders on top of each other. I'm not sure if this is too deep, but we're gonna try it. See what happens. It's on the way back. I don't foresee myself fishing here again this season, so let's leave nothing on the table. And this is a spot that I can see a lot of people just completely overlooking because it's a little bit isolated. I don't expect tons of fish, but there could be a few good ones that were left behind. Or there could be nothing. That's what you can expect sometimes with this kind of fishing. Not a bad fish. Digging in. Oh man. Oh, damn. Well, that was unfortunate. That fish took me off on the main line. That line was probably a little beat up from, you know, all the fishing we've been doing this season, both blackfish and sea bass and heavy structures. So just took a good amount of line off to make sure we got all that out of the way. But yeah, that was definitely a good fish. I don't know if it was a huge fish. I'll just tell myself it was like keeper size. But yeah, I don't think that drag was too tight. It's just that line was just not ideal. Hopefully it doesn't happen again. Ugh. No. Very cool colors. Got little freckles. But this isn't the spot. We had that one fish and then nothing, so It's been a big pattern of a lot of these more isolated spots. Oh, there we go. There we go. Yeah, there's a nice fish. It's about keeper adjacent, let's say. Whoa. All right, one or two more spots. Really shallow spot right here. Doesn't mean there can't be fish there though. It's a nice fish. Oh man, what did we hook? Oh yeah, nice fish. That's a nice one. Look at that. Oof, that is a bruiser right there. Nice healthy male. Just get a quick measure and put him right back. $18-incher. Yeah, that's a nice fish. Okay, as much as I want to keep going, I got to call it. I got a long drive back ahead of me for today, but yeah, we definitely salvaged it. It could have been a very tough day, and it was tough in the morning dealing with those conditions, but we made it work. We got our limit of tog and then some. Definitely dropped some that I think were also pretty good, but yeah, it's always nice to be out here and be able to, you know, get on these fish while they're here. Definitely feel like the inshore bite isn't quite as long-lived here as it is out west because things cool down so much faster, but yeah, I'm happy we were able to make it work. Those fish were, some of them were very shallow, some of them were, you know, a bit more deep, but right now, you know, there's still a pretty good shallow water bite. At first I was like, I don't know, maybe they're starting to move out deep, but we had some good runs of, you know, solid action, like 15 feet of water, but we were also finding them in 25 to 35 feet. So they're all over right now, but yeah, now's the time to get them. So yeah, link in the description of pretty much most of the stuff I'm using. Good day on the water. Hoping to keep it going up through November. We'll see what happens. Catch you then. Goodbye from fishing.